Okay. I dropped something, I don't know what it was. I swear something dropped.
It's a pen.
Oh, it's not mine. Thank you. Somebody else left it there. I just saw out of the corner of my eye, I saw something pull. I'll read 2 more poems. I said I was going to come back to that cake. Ever try to get a recipe for anyone in your family? My mother gives me her recipe. Take some flour. Oh, I don't know, like 2 or 3 cups, and you cut in the butter. Now, some women, they make it with shortening, but I say butter, even though that means you have to have fish, see? You cut up some apples, not those stupid sweet ones. Apples for the cake, they have to have some bite, you know, a little sour and a sweet, like love. You slice them into little moons. No, like half for crescent moons. You aren't listening. You mix sugar and cinnamon and cloves. Some women use allspice. You coat every little moon. Did I say you add milk? Oh, just so it feels right. Use your hands, milk in the cake pot. Then you pat it into a pan. I like round ones. I forgot to say you add baking powder. Did I forget lemon on the apples? Then you just bake it. Well, till it's done, of course. Did I remember you place the apples in rows? You can make a pattern like a weave. It's pretty that way. I like things pretty. It's just a simple cake. Any fool can make it, except your aunt. I gave her the recipe, but she never got it right. And this is the poem I like to end with. The art of blessing the day. This is a blessing for rain after drought. Come down, wash the air so it shimmers, a perfume shawl of lavender chiffon. Let the parched leaves suckle and swell. Enter my skin, wash me for the little chrysalids of sleep, rocked in your plashing. In the morning the world is peeled to shining. This is a blessing for sun after long rain. Now everything shakes itself free and rises. The trees are bright as pushcart ices. Every last lily opens its satin thighs. The bees dance and roll in pollen. And the cardinal at the top of the pine sings at full throttle, fountaining. This is the blessing for a ripe peach. This is luck made round. Frost can nip the blossom, kill the bee. It can drop a hard, green, useless nut. Brown fungus, the burrowing worm who coils in rot, can blemish it and wind crush it to the ground. Yet this peach fills my mouth with juicy sun. This is the blessing for the first garden tomato. Those green boxes of tasteless acid the store sells in January, those red things with the savor of wet chalk, they mock your fragrant name. How fat and sweet you are way down my palm, warm as the flank of a cow in the sun. You are the savor of summer in a thin red skin. The blessing for a political victory. I shall not forget that things work in increments and epicycles and sometimes leaps that half the time fall back down. Let's not relinquish dancing while the music fits into our hips and bounces our heels. We must never forget pleasure is real as pain. The blessing for the return of a favorite cat, the blessing for love return, for friends return, for money received unexpected, the blessing for the rising of the bred, the sun, the oppressed. I'm not sentimental about old men mumbling the Hebrew by rote with no more feeling than one says Gesundheit. But the discipline of blessings is to taste each moment, the bitter, the sour, the sweet, and the salty, and be glad for what does not hurt. The art is in compressing attention to each little and big blossom of the tree of life, to let the tongue sing each fruit, its savor, its aroma, and its use. Attention is love. What we must give children, mothers, fathers, pets, our friends, the news, the woes of others. What we want to change, we curse and then pick up a tool. Bless whatever you can with eyes and hands and tongue. If you can't bless it, get ready to make it new. Thank you. Out to the clotheslines in the yard and knocking the dust out in great cough-making clouds with wire carpet beaters like diagrams of cellos. Defrosting the refrigerator required much boiling of water in the stove and flat pans into which fingers of ice fell. Every 5 minutes, water cooled and needed refilling. The coal truck came, and down the chute into the coal beam, the black rocks clattered and thundered. The floors upstairs shook in a local quake. The furnace with its many arms lurked in the basement, and every few days clinkers must be removed, often still smoking and ashes hauled out. I wonder if there's anybody here who remembers getting your ashes hauled as for sex. During the war, we collected cans and stomped them underfoot, handing them in. We bundled newspapers, magazines for distant factories. I miss none of this. They were chores, not pleasures. But still, I remember, and my age hangs on me like icicles that bear down branches of pine.
Thank you, Richard and Marge.
Wonderful Lord, and cover, which I lost.
So the poets' books are in the back. Please buy many of them. And we're going to have collection buckets out. So if the spirit moves you and you would like to turn around as Kevin carries the buckets in hand, if you feel that what you have seen is worth more than what you worth more, please. We would appreciate the donation. For those of you who don't know, we had a student day of poetry today. We brought 250 students here. So the money that you give goes to year-round programs like that.